The day has come. It is fall makeup time, folks. Alright, so today we're doing a full face drugstore makeup look. I wanted to do a fall look that was like a little bit softer, wasn't as grungy and intense as some of the looks I've done in the past. That's still warm and still has fall tones, but isn't like super intense. So if you're excited for this video and you enjoy while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I am all about fall. If you are also all about fall, you can check out my Instagram. Lots of fall content happening there. And I've done a few other fall videos this year already. Okay, so for a primer, my skin's feeling more on the dry side today, so I'm going to start off with the Fresh It Up Aqua Fresh Primer by Couture. And this one's just like a moisturizing kind of gel primer. This one's good to prep the skin and make it feel more moisturized. It doesn't do a whole lot as far as longevity and pore blurring and stuff, but I do like it just to add some moisture. Okay, this one friggin' hair. Go in the bun, please. I recently did an e.l.f. full face first impressions video. In that video, I tried this. I want to give this one another go. It's the Prime on the Go. I'm just going to use this around my pore areas. I think I've used this one maybe like 2 or 3 times so far, but I don't feel like I know what I think of it yet. It does slightly fill in. I just feel like my Revlon Pore Reducing Primer does a way better job. I'm feeling full coverage today, so I'm going to go with the Pacifica Light Clean Foundation. I've talked about this a lot. This is in the shade 38 NF. Can't remember if this is my shade, but I couldn't find another bottle, so I might need to mix this one with something lighter. We'll see. Yeah. I talked about this one recently in the best foundations for wedding makeup. Even if you don't have a wedding coming up or whatever, if you just want long-lasting skin-like foundations, check out that video because, I mean, you could use those foundations for anything. They're just like extra long-lasting and look really pretty on the skin. So I have so many trips coming up. September and October are basically like the most wild months for me that I've had in a while, and I'm just crossing my fingers that I can make it all happen. So I've been pre-filming a ton into like middle end of October right now. I woke up like 15 times last night from this freaking bird outside, so I feel a little bit out of it right now. Okay, so this concealer I've only tried a couple times so far. I have liked it both times I've used it, but I want to try it on camera. So this is the Jig Cat Water, what is it actually called? Stay Assurance Zero Smudge Concealer. This is in the shade Soft Cream, which is quite peachy. This one you only need a super tiny bit. It is very full coverage, and it dries pretty quickly. Yeah, see, like I just got too much on that eye. Really only need a tiny, tiny bit of this. J-Cat you can get on Ulta, and anything that you can't get on Ulta, it's on their website, but it's all drugstore prices. Like J-Cat's super affordable. Some of this stuff is ColourPop that I'm going to mention. ColourPop, again, you can get on Ulta now, and it is also drugstore pricing. I feel like I need a tiny, tiny bit more coverage right there. For some reason, it doesn't want to cover right there. Do you guys see that little mark? I want to brighten up the middle of my face a little bit, so I'm just going to see how this goes. Haven't done this before with this concealer. I feel like I still need to try this some more. Like, I don't know, it's one of those that I'm not like totally in love with, but I definitely don't not like it. I would just say if you're looking for a new drugstore concealer that's bomb, the CoverGirl one, True Blend Undercover, this is amazing. Super full coverage. This one has more coverage than the J-Cat. This is like opaque full coverage concealer. You need probably half the amount of the J-Cat one too. So in September, wait, when am I even going? I don't remember anything. Everything is in my calendar and nothing is in my brain. But I think end of September, I'm going to Hawaii, which will be really nice. I figure even if I'm not feeling well, at least I'll be laying in Hawaii, you know? I just use my normal powders to set my under eyes. For a face powder, I've been loving this one by Physicians Formula. It has like a glowy finish. Someone left such a nasty comment about this powder the other day. It was hilarious. It is a glowy powder. I'm telling you it's a glowy powder, so don't expect it to be like a matte translucent powder. They were very, very upset that it was glowy. This is the lightest shade Translucent Pale. It is very yellow, that's the only thing, but it has good coverage and it has such a pretty finish. I just wish they made more shades of this and one that had more of like a neutral pink undertone, because it can make my face look a little bit too yellow sometimes. I just kind of have to like balance it out with the right foundation underneath. And you can see, hopefully, that it has a glow. And it just looks like skin. It literally looks like almost how the J-Cat Aquasurance powder looks after you set it with setting spray. It looks like that. Like, it has that, like, liquid foundation look to it, but it's a powder. What was I saying? Oh, Hawaii, and then where do I go? Then I'll be in San Diego. Wait, no, Vegas, then Hawaii. Actually, when you guys are seeing this, I think I'll be in Vegas this week, or I just got back. Then I go to Hawaii, then I go to San Diego for a couple weeks, and then it'll be like end of October, which is crazy. I'm just putting this everywhere because this powder I can, since it does look so glowy. Oh my god, that is a powder-gasm right there, folks. Look at that. It just looks like liquid. Obsessed. I think Mallory and I are going to try and film a video together when we're in Vegas, but we literally have like one little window of time where we can the whole trip, so we're going to try, but if not, I'll probably do a shadow and schmooze after Vegas. Even on my forehead, that powder looks so smooth and amazing. I've been in love with the e.l.f. eyebrow pencil in the shade Neutral Brown. Such a good, affordable brow pencil. Eyebrows and mascara are like the two things that you really don't need to splurge on. So because my base is on a little bit of the yellow side because of that powder, I'm going to warm up my face with the City Bronzer by Maybelline. Holy grail item here. This is in the shade 100. It is so good. Goodbye, hair. I'm going to bring this up to my temples today. Sometimes I skip it. Sometimes I'll do it. Just depends what I'm feeling. Yeah, the yellow tone is unfortunately a little bit much. For blush, I've been loving this shade by ColourPop, Frisky Business. This is the lighter one in the peach collection, and it is beautiful. Let's pop a little bit of that on the cheeks. I'm going to use quite a bit of blush today because I want that like really flushed look, and I want to add some color back into my face after that yellow. So for today's look, my goal is something that's like a little bit on the lighter side, like still fall colors, but I don't want the classic just like dark purple vampy lip and warm tone eyes. Like I kind of want to do more of like a peachy lighter fall look. We'll see if it actually stays not intense. Love this guy. This is the e.l.f. Glow Gleam Beam. I like using this middle shade right here. If I want a less concentrated highlight, this is a Drugstore brush by Milani. It's super nice. It's all over blending, but I like using it for highlight if I want like a little bit lighter. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Look at that highlight. Blows my mind every time. So because I like the amount of glow happening on my face right now, I don't want to add like a super glowy setting spray. I'm gonna use the Catrice HD Active Freezing Spray. This one is like cooling on the face, so it feels a little bit funky, but I like it. This one's just good when I don't want to add too much glow, but I still want to set my face. I'm going to take a tiny bit of the e.l.f. matte setting powder and just put this around my pore area because I feel like I need to fill in a tiny bit. To prime my eyes, I want to use this ColourPop white concealer. It's just their no filter. I just was looking through my bins and found this and was like, oh, I haven't used that in approximately a year. Let's use it. I despise this concealer for actual concealer. It looks horrible on my under eyes, but I do like it better as primer. And because this one is white, it'll just give a nice base for some of the colors we're going to use. This is the Sephora Pro Concealer 71 brush. For eyeshadow, I want to use the Baby Got Peach palette by ColourPop. That is a tongue twister, wow. Haven't tried this one yet. Just some like really pretty peachy tones in here. And then for some of the deeper shades, I'm going to use one of my go-to palettes from the drugstore. This is the LA Girl, the Nudist palette. This just has such good basic shades. It has a black in there, some like warmer browns, and a deep brown right there. So I'm going to use a combo of these two palettes. So to start off, I'm going to take this really pretty tan shade right here. This is Darlin. So I am going to put on false lashes today, but I want to keep the eyeshadow kind of just soft, like fall tones and really warm, but I don't want to do a full-on like smoky eye. That shade looks pretty orange on the eyes. I thought it was going to be a little bit more neutral. Okay, it's blended on top of that concealer really well. Then I'm going to take Half Baked. Wow, both of these look way more kind of orange toned and warm on the eyes than they do in the pan. I haven't decided if I want to keep it matte. I don't think so. Ooh, that shade is pretty. Super pigmented. Those are blending out really easily. Here's the shade Glaze It. It looks a little bit more orange than I'm going for. And then here's Ready or Yacht, which is the lightest one. That looks kind of pretty. It's like a light peachy shimmer. I think we're gonna do Ready or Yacht. So I'm gonna spray this one to wet it and then just pat that on the lid. Just going back in and blending. That shade looks like very subtle, so I'm going to try it on my finger. Go over it. Oh, there we go. It's pretty because it's not too shimmery. Just to warm everything up a little bit with some brown, I'm going to take this shade in the LA Girl palette. Just pressing that on the outer third and then blending. Just want it a little more brown and a little bit less orange. Then to fade that brown shade into the peach, I'm going to go back in with Half Baked. Now that I know this one's a little bit more warm than it shows up and lighter. I'm just placing it in the middle where those two shades meet. Then for my inner corner, I'm going to take this lightest shade right here. This one is more metallic this row, and then these ones I like to use on my face, but these are pretty as eyeshadows. For my waterline, because I want to keep things kind of just light, I'm going to use this LA Girl liner in Super Bright. And then for the lower lash line, I'm going to take this brown shade, blend it down. And then on a flat liner brush, I'm going to take the darkest brown shade. I'm just going to run this underneath my lashes. Oh, whoops. Shit. Lovely. So I don't think I'm going to do liner on the top. I might go over my lash band with some black liner afterwards, but first I'm going to put on the false lashes. So I'm just going to do a really thin coat of mascara to coat my natural lashes and make sure they're black. This is the Revlon So Fierce. What is happening with my hand-eye coordination today? I just like almost poked myself in the eyeball with this. One of my favorite drugstore lashes are the Kiss Boudoir lashes. These are their Lash Couture line, the Faux Mink. They're so good, and I love a few different styles from this line, but we're gonna go with these ones today. I like these when I want something dramatic, but not too long. They're very short, so it's nice if you have an eye shape where most lashes look a little bit too long, like if they go up to your brows. So I'm going to pop these on and we'll be right back for lips. Okay, so my lashes are on, they're just drying down, but I put on some lower lash mascara too. I just used the CoverGirl Lash Blast Active. Great. So to make this look come together and look even more fall, I'm going to go with the Honest Beauty liquid lipstick. This is in the shade BFF. I'm gonna let that dry and now use my fan for my liquid lipstick too. Multi-purpose here. So the formula of this Honest Beauty liquid lipstick is probably one of the longer drying formulas I've ever seen. It takes forever for this to like dry down dry matte. It does eventually happen. It just literally takes like 15 or 20 minutes. It's been on right here for probably like 8 minutes and it's still not fully dried down matte. So it does take a while to dry down, but the color is so pretty for the fall. So this is the final look using all drugstore makeup for a somewhat not super intense fall look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And have everything linked down below in the description box that I used today. And I'll link any of my other fall videos that I've done this year from down below. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.